The Forgotten Garden.
In a small, quiet village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there was a garden no one seemed to remember. Hidden behind a stone wall covered in ivy, it lay silent and undisturbed, as if waiting for someone to rediscover it.
One warm summer morning, a young girl named Elara was wandering through the woods when she stumbled upon the garden's entrance. A rusty iron gate stood half open, beckoning her inside. Curiosity sparked in her eyes, and without a second thought, she stepped through the gate. The garden was like nothing she had ever seen. Wild flowers of every color filled the air with a sweet fragrance, and butterflies flitted among the blossoms like living jewels. Old, twisted trees stood tall, their branches heavy with ripe fruit, while vines draped gracefully over stone statues that seemed to smile mysteriously at her. As she explored, Elara noticed a small stone fountain in the center of the garden. Its basin was dry and cracked, but she could still hear a faint, musical trickling sound. She knelt down and saw a tiny silver fish darting in a puddle of water that had collected in the bottom. Surprised, she gently cupped the fish in her hands and placed it in a larger puddle nearby, where it swam happily. Suddenly, the ground beneath her began to tremble slightly, and the fountain burst to life. Water flowed from its spout, sparkling in the sunlight and filling the air with a cool mist. Elara gasped in delight as the entire garden seemed to awaken. The flowers grew brighter, the trees seemed taller, and birds began to sing from every branch. From that day on, Elara visited the forgotten garden often. She tended to its plants, watered its flowers, and shared her secrets with the silver fish. The villagers soon began to notice that Elara was growing more joyful and filled with wonder. But none of them knew the secret that lay hidden behind the ivy-covered wall. The garden, once forgotten, was now a magical refuge, for it had chosen Elara as its keeper, and she had brought it back to life.